Lots of people are seeking to learn meditation. We all know the benefits of meditation. It's been documented widely enough. But you say that we need to understand why meditation may not be for us. Tell me something about that.
So I'm a big believer that there's no one size fits all. We're all very unique individuals. Even when you look at twins, they have different, even if you look at the same, they have different sets of fingerprints and the DNA. It's like, we're all unique, spiritually, physically, and everything in between. So the way I look at it is, you have to ask yourself, why do you want to meditate? What's the end goal? For some, they want to meditate because they want to relax, stress relief. They've experienced so much throughout the day, they just want a moment of peace and calm. For some, they want to meditate to release excess energy. For some, they want to meditate because they want to access altered states of consciousness, higher consciousness. And for some, they want to get information. They want to be able to get messages and get downloads. So once you know your goal, it's very simple and easy to figure out that's what you want, and realizing that we live in a universe to where there's more than one way to get to the goal. For some, dancing is their meditation, because as they dance, they release their energy, their minds can relax. For some, it's working out. For some, it's they are in nature, they're gardening. And as they're gardening, all the stress go away, the thoughts go away, they're just very, very present. Energy can come through. For some, it's in the soul path, it's meditation. For some, when they're with their kids and their loved ones, they just, peace comes over. So for me, I never could sit still for 10, 20, 30 minutes and be the type to have zero thoughts for 2 hours and stay still. For some, it works, and I'm glad that it does, because they found something that works for them. But it never worked for me. I love being in a salt bath. I love walking out in nature. I love moving my body. And when I do, I get the same outcomes that I want from meditation anyway. So for me, it's just like expanding how meditation looks like for you, and seeing that meditation is a means to an end. What's that outcome that you want? What are other ways that fit for you that work? Because if you have something that already naturally works for you that gets you there, then it accomplishes the same thing. So a lot of it is just like rules when it comes to how to achieve a certain outcome, is the way I look at it.
You've talked about frequency quite a bit, and what do you do when you want to raise your frequency? How do you do it? Do you have things that you put on some music, or?
It depends on the day. The more intense the day, so for me, some of the things that affect me, anything to do with family, anything to do with family health, or if I'm serving somebody and they're in pain and we're trying to help them. So there are certain things that affect me. So the more that it tends to affect my human self, the more practice I will do that day. So it will depend on whether it's a 5 minute, a 1 hour, a half day, or even a whole day. I'm just gonna do self-care and disconnect. So the external demand will dictate what I have to do. I'll give you an example. So if I'm serving on stage and I'm teaching, my frequency is so high, nothing can bother me, and nothing typically shows up. And when they do, it's very easy and quick to really, I can deal with 30 of those and not flinch, because I'm in a high vibration to where I am fueled by more than just my human battery. I've got my divinity soul fueling through me to where I feel like I'm limitless. And a lot of times I am tapped into a higher source. But let's say my wife's teaching, because we have a retreat center. Say she's teaching in the retreat center, and there are people there that are coming and they're purging and they're working through the most difficult, the hardest, the toughest times of their lives, that trauma, they're working through that. And let's say I'm there, or I'm even here, I don't have to be there. I can be right here while they're there purging, and my vibration is just working on humanistic stuff, business, things around the house, nothing really purpose work. I'm in a vibration to where whatever they're purging, it hits me. So I can be tired, I can feel body pain, I can feel everything that an empath would feel on that frequency. I'd feel it all. So what do? When it becomes debilitating like that, then I go all in. Then I might light Palo Santo and say, I might go through my energetic body and remove the blocks. I might go take a salt bath. I might do the things that I love, play board games with my son and do love and connection. And then for me, serving is always a go-to. And I might go up there and teach on stage, and when I do, everything disappears. Because when I teach, it's selfless service, higher energy comes through, I'm serving, automatically I'm not in the same vibration that I was, where I was feeling everything. So I have a list, and those are the typical ones that work all the time, and it's nothing fancy, nothing like, once you figure out what works for you, just do them, do more of them, do longer, and grant yourself the grace to have that recharge, self-care, cleansing time, and it's good. So for me, it's pretty simple. I just do that. Typically, it's nothing fancy. It's just things that work